We'll win the NIT.
Ham is the water of meats.
Ham the water of meats.
Ham is the water of meats.
No more need for
Ham is
bacon.
the water of meats.
We are simulcasting live on Stibbs TV. You want to watch along? A very happy Jack Mitchell joining us from our sister station in Lincoln.
It's time to twerk.
Yeah, it is. Jack was asking last night who we rooting for. I had no idea what he was talking about, so I answered Chase Elliott because that's who I was rooting for.
1 to 2 wins away from scoreboard watching, I would say. 1.5 wins away from scoreboard watching. That's all it's going to take for me.
Well, that is true. I mean, it seems like the committee is going to be determined to get every Big Ten team in this year. So I guess if Nebraska gets another Q1 win, which is what they got, believe it or not, Penn State, as bad as they are, is a Q1 win. So there's one. Got a chance for 2 more tomorrow and Wednesday.
If there's any justice in this world after what happened in what was it, 2017 in Nebraska, Nebraska gets the 4th overall spot in the Big Ten and does not get into the tournament. Well, I feel like if the rule is if the league is bad, basically nobody gets in. If the league is good, everybody gets in. So let's just be consistent. That's it. We'll see. But if they go 2-0 in Maryland, then things are all bets are off.
Josh is quiet right now. There we go.
Oh, my
bad.
Now I got it.
Now, Jack, what was this weekend like for you? Because Friday, as good as they played throughout, I mean, just an all-time gut punch to lose in that way. And I'll be honest, I didn't really think that they had a shot yesterday. And I think that the odds makers putting that line at 11 points shows that there was an expectation that they would perhaps roll over. And in the end, they didn't, but then they lost an 11-point lead. What's the range of emotions that you feel after this weekend? Because for the first time this season, I came away feeling like, wow, okay, I'm feeling okay about Nebraska basketball moving forward, even to end this season, let alone in future years.
Well, number one, that line stunk out loud from the beginning, and I made it very clear that I felt that way. I mentioned at one point putting my 401k down on that line. I wasn't able to get the withdrawal done in time, unfortunately, paperwork issues. So lost out on tens of thousands of dollars there, hundreds of thousands, perhaps.
Hundreds, yeah.
Who knows? I mean, millions of dollars. I don't know how the stock market's been doing. Haven't checked in on my stonks lately, but no, I don't know. And I missed the first. So Friday, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go out. My wife wants to go out for dinner. I want to go out for dinner. We haven't done this forever, really. And we're not going to go out Valentine's. And so we're going to do it. And I don't even care. I'm going to, they're going to get crushed by Illinois. I don't need to go through this again. I can miss a game. And so we go out. We have a nice dinner. We got a late reservation because it was the only time I could get it. So it was at 8:00. And so we're paying the bill. And I take my phone out. And there are, no fewer than 20 Twitter notifications that are all like, oh, has Jack got on yet? Has Jack turned the TV on yet? All of these. I was like, oh no, here we go. And the second I get back and start doing that, and I know I try every time you try to emotionally disconnect, I go for dinner because I know it's going to be bad. And it's like, you could just predict it. And it was good. And they're ahead. Oh, and here I am. I wasn't even going to watch it. And then here we all are back in the living room, 12 minutes left in the game, and I'm watching it and getting emotionally sucked in, and they blow it. So I was miserable, Josh. That's how I was after Friday. I wasn't heartened by that. It was devastating, and it's the same thing that always happens. That's not new. That's always happened. Talented or no, not talented. And so, no, that didn't give me a heart. But Penn State is – I don't know what they were thinking about, what the Vegas odds makers were thinking about Penn State, because Nebraska's played several, not all of the Big Ten teams, but several of the better Big Ten teams closely throughout this. They just never got over the top. And Penn State seems like the worst of the teams that they've played so far this year. And so it made no sense to me. I thought there were times when their offense, I didn't see the whole Illinois game, so I don't totally know that, but there were times on that Penn State game when that offense looked for the first time like what I expected a Fred Hoiberg offense would look like. So I guess that's my biggest takeaway of positivity. They didn't maintain it throughout the whole game, though, so that's a little concerning.
Yeah, but that's still to be expected when you consider, how many games they played in a row. And, and let's face it, you're not going to – this was a problem with this team before the shutdown, before the COVID pause. So to expect it to, get instantly better, I think if you're a Nebraska fan, you should be pleased that – and I know it doesn't look pretty. And listen, if you're watching Nebraska basketball for the aesthetics, then you're watching it for the wrong reason. But it wasn't supposed to be, especially coming off the COVID pause. You got to be pleased, though. The effort, I think that's the biggest thing. And I remember back, that second year post, or that first year post Doug McDermott, where that team was sub 500, but they gave good effort, and I thought it was a building block for then when they infused the program with better talent the next year and the year after that. I think you can say the same thing. At least you hope the same thing. From a Nebraska standpoint, the effort has been there. Yeah, the shooting hasn't been great. The free throws are abysmal. They still can't execute a decent play with 9 seconds to go, but the effort is there, especially on the defensive end. And so if you can continue to do that, hell, ugly up these next 2 games, ugly them all up, because that's going to be your key to success.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. You forgot missed layups, by the way, in your list of grievances.
Oh, well,
yes,
yeah.
You can add that on there. Constant missed layups. But no, I agree. And my biggest fear, as you guys know about this team, is that going on a major, again, losing streak, just hardly ever getting a win. I was thinking maybe no wins, maybe 1 win, that would have such a detrimental emotional effect on this team that you're going to have guys ready to bail after this year and you rebuild again. Hopefully what you're saying you saw, and I agree, John, that I saw that as well. Hopefully that indicates that that they're not ready to, just bail on the season, or you've got guys who are going to be looking to go elsewhere after this year. Because listen, that's truly what scares me more than anything. If there can be a success at the end of this year, all joking about any postseason play aside, it is to have enough success over the next month that this team believes that they really can do, that they truly believe in Hoiberg, that they truly believe that they're on the cusp of something, and therefore that they're not going to try and jump ship over the next few months, because Nebraska has had far too many off seasons that are more dramatic than the regular seasons, and they need a boring off season this year.
In his column today, Jack, Sam McEwen wrote that it's entirely possible that Nebraska wins 4 or 5 games down the stretch. Do you buy that?
Why are we doing this? What?
I know.
I don't know. I got it.
In the media, we overreact to one little thing,
What if they win out?
I haven't not thought about that.
Let's think about it.
I know that's the
in all seriousness, if an asteroid strikes and they do win out, they will be in the tournament. The way that the Big Ten is overvalued.
Oh my gosh!
Now it's not going to happen.
What a freaking way to end the pandemic that would be.
Overvalued. If they win out, they're in the tournament.
John, do you think they're overvalued, or do you think it's just a really good conference?
No, the conference is overvalued. It's a good conference, but it's overvalued. When Penn State is
Big
still
East boy.
Listen, the Big East is down.
Missouri Valley boy.
Well, they'll get 2 in. But yeah, when Penn State is still in the top 30 or 35 of the net rankings, yeah, they're overvalued.
Why does everyone but Nebraska, and I get it, Nebraska didn't win a game, so there's that technicality, but why does every Big Ten team but Nebraska get so drugged by the coattails of the conference, but Nebraska never does? What's the deal with that, Kevin Warren?
Well,
They
did
baseball
lose 26 in a row in the conference.
I think you answered it. You
okay. So apparently they're very into like sabermetrics, like wins and losses and advanced statistics.
Well, they are. They hadn't won a conference game in over a year.
Okay, stats nerd, whatever.
Wins and losses.
Sorry about facts.
When I grew up, we didn't bother keeping score. We didn't need those fancy numbers and computers on the wall that were lighting up with numbers on them.
Everyone got a ribbon.
We just counted in our head and we liked it. And we said it was who was the tougher team. That's how we did it.
Who has more fullbacks? That team won.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to your question. Their schedule, which believe it or not, in the Big Ten, we don't really know their schedule.
No, we don't. Fair. We just know the next 4 games.
Right.
Well, at least we know those games instead of the baseball schedule.
Yeah, that's true. So 2 against Maryland. I mean, best case scenario, you get one of those, I suppose. Purdue at home. Here's the problem. I quit watching Big Ten basketball because this is so depressing. So I'm going to have a hard time assessing. Purdue, they don't have that Dutch guy anymore who's 7'2", who is the most annoying player in all the world. So they also
a fan of the Dutch.
They also got like some 7'4", another 7'4" Russian guy or something on their team as well. Wow. So I'm going to give Purdue that one probably.
Because they have a Russian?
I don't even know if he's Russian. I don't know. Can you say this? He looks Russian, but I don't.
Drago. I was going to say they have Drago on the team. I take him too.
He's giant. They find the most giant people for that team. It's okay. Then they've got Rutgers. Do they still have that guy who looks like the lead singer for Counting Crows? Do they have that Adam Duritz looking guy? Geo Baker, that guy. He's still there.
Yeah. He looks like Adam Duritz.
When he had his hair, when he beat Nebraska with that 3-point shot 2 years ago, I was like, hey, the Counting Crows guy just beat us. So I don't know.
I think they can win at least 2 more.
They beat Northwest. They're beating Northwestern. You can mark that one down.
Oh, the tournament mix, John.
Whoa. Don't ever say Nebraska's going to beat Northwestern.
They will beat Northwestern.
That is the kiss of death. Nebraska will get destroyed by Northwestern.
By the way, that's the last regular season game. You leave the committee with the good taste in their mouth after it's all over. So they got to schedule Iowa in there too. You know, obviously, you think I was freaking out last night. If they would pull that off in Iowa City, that would be, I mean, I'm going on a 2
okay with them firing Tim Miles if they beat Iowa. You'd be okay with that firing finally.
I might start taking meth if they beat Iowa. That'd be
Oh, so they're allowing fans in Carver Hawkeye again.
What a good time to start this new hobby. Suck it, Luca Garza. So I don't know. What do we count out of there? I don't know.
I think that was 3 or 4 wins.
Did you say 4 or 5? 4 or 5?
Yeah, Sam said 4 or 5.
I'll put the over under at
3.5.
3.5. I'd take the under. I think 3. I think 3 is what they get. I'm gonna guess they get 3 more. Which, if you would have asked me 2 days ago on Thursday and made it 4, combining Penn State, I would have been absolutely all in on that. I would have won. I would have 1 day of joy. That's all I asked for.
Well, you got it. So now you got to milk this. You got to milk this.
Rest is gravy now.
Rest is great. No, you'll be back into the doldrums again tomorrow.
The rest is meth, actually.
Yeah, the rest is meth. That is true.
And by the way, just on one note, I'm a little tired of. I don't know how Hoiberg and the team feel about playing these games, but if they don't have a big problem with this and they haven't said, "Hey, we don't want to do this. We want to opt out," why is everyone complaining about it? I do not.
Listen, Fred's not happy about it. They're doing it, but believe me, they wouldn't want to do it.
I don't know.
And they shouldn't have to do it. It's ridiculous.
I don't know. I guess if they really put up a strong fight against it and we're told absolutely not by the conference to canceling games, but what other options do you have other than just canceling games, which I don't think they're going to want to do?
Well, now that was going to be my next question. How triggered are you getting ready to be when they don't make Michigan run a similar gauntlet? Because I don't think the Big Ten will. Michigan, as we saw from the committee on Saturday, they're a number 1 seed. So they just really need to finish out their schedule, but not have to make up any games, and they're going to be just fine.
And maybe I am too far removed from the real actual world of doing what they're doing and playing and coaching and traveling. But to me, I don't see, if you're that team, I can't imagine any scenario where you wouldn't want to get as many games in as you can right now, even if it means, yes, every other day or multiple days in a row. And frankly, if there's any time when they're going to get hot and get some confidence, it's when you're playing more often and having some success at this point. So I know everybody's written a column. Everybody has written a column just going after the Big Ten for this thing. I truly wonder how much Nebraska does or doesn't want to do this. And if it's something where Nebraska said, we cannot do this, and they say you have to, okay, that's one thing. But if it's anything other than that, I don't know. It's kind of a non-issue to me. I think get the games in. And if Michigan takes a stand and says we don't want to at all, and they're allowed to do that, and that's inconsistent, then I would probably be frustrated with it. But look, in the list of Big Ten screw ups over the course of the last, 6 months, this isn't in the top 100 actually in my book.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about just what this program needs, they need games more than they need practice.
Yeah,
so, like, that is the positive. It's just you worry about them being so, spent by the time that we get to, March. But hey, I guess the season's almost over, so this is what they're gonna have to do.
I don't know. There's just so many levels of basketball where you are playing that frequently, right? I mean,
but what about them coming off of COVID? Like, did they just?
Well,
had
exactly.
To go
That's
through
the
this?
point. They were coming off of a long, almost month-long pause, and then instantly, oh, you got to play 5 games in 8 days.
Well, I mean, it didn't look. I mean, the last few days, it didn't look like that was having an impact on them, and they're past the break now. They're back in shape.
It's not about if it looked like it had an impact or it didn't look like it had an impact. The point is, why are they even doing it? Why is this team that is so far down in the standings being asked to do all of these extra things? For what reason? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, again,
I get making up an occasional game here and there, but running through an NBA style gauntlet when you're just coming off a COVID pause, that's I'm sorry, that just doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense to me.
Unless they realize it's going to be hard, but deep down inside they realize it's going to be best for them to get as many games in as possible.
Yeah, but okay, there's a difference between what Nebraska might want and what the Big Ten is telling them or asking them to do.
Right. And that's and maybe I'm not privy enough to what happened in the background of that. And maybe that is what happened, where the Big Ten put their foot down and said, Nebraska, you got to play. We don't care that you don't want to play all these games. You have to. That feels a little different if that's actually the case, but I don't know if that is true or not.
Jack, the weather being so cold, has that moved up
really?
The date for the yeah, right? Have you seen this?
I haven't heard.
Has that moved up when you're going to break out the cargo shorts for the first time?
And John had a good tweet about this earlier today. By the way, if I ever go off the air, they're doing rolling blackouts in Lincoln right now because they're so high on power. So my wireless will go out, and if I leave at any time, that's what happened, because they're going to shut our power off for 30 or 60 minutes at some point today. But because of the cold. No, I believe my prediction is next weekend. Josh, I saw you alluding to next week when you get into the 40s as well, right?
Oh, man. How great is that going to be?
Like, we understand there were plenty of days earlier this winter when it wasn't that bad, when it was 32 and sunny, 35 and sunny. We were like, man, this is not bad. I could handle this. If this is all winter is, it won't be bad. Now, think how tough we are. We are like people who have lived in the Arctic. We are like on the North Pole. We've been through the worst. We're like ice road truckers, or life below freezing. And all the people who say and who come down and say, oh, it's cold outside. Well, it's not cold for me. That 35 and sunny, I don't know what the factor is, but I think you can add on at least 30 degrees that we've earned now that it will feel like. So I'm not ruling out cargo shorts this Saturday in less than a week. If there's sun, if we're over freezing and there's little wind, I think I can do it, and I think I can do it fine. I think I'll sit out on my front porch. I think I'll
you might have to air a basketball game on your garage or
something.
Put
a basketball game in my garage. Get the might play some Jimmy Buffett during the afternoon. Get the kiddie pool out. Pour some margaritas for anybody who wants one. I'm ready to go. This spring, listen, this has gotten me ready to go. I am all in on spring 2021. All in. Let's go.
Spring is back, folks. Soon, hopefully.
All right.
It's like in baseball when you have the bat with the weight on it just to get used to the swing and you take it off, and it's like that's what this is like right now. Negative million degrees. Next week when it's like 35, I'm gonna break out.
We are all gonna shock ourselves with our own toughness in the next week. It's gonna be great. You're gonna get outside and you're gonna like, it's 35. I could swear it's 68. I could swear we're in Miami right now. And it's just gonna feel like you're gonna just feel like muscles growing all over your body. It's gonna be amazing.
All right, it's time to bring this conversation down. We had a very good friend of the program tweet us a picture of what he saw in the potato chip aisle this weekend. It is yet another flavor of Doritos. It's a cheddar flavored Doritos, which this is the same website I went to last week.
Friend of the program, I sent it to you.
Oh, I thought it was someone. I thought it was a friend of
Jack.
Oh, well,
I mean, you are a friend, though, Jack.
Right.
I mean, It was just weird you heard it. It was literally me who sent that to you.
There's so many. But they don't even have this flavor on their website.
I'm looking at the website now. This flavor is literally not on the website.
This toasted cheddar or whatever it is not on the website. And then we did have another friend of the program who delivers chips for Frito-Lay, says, yeah, there's at least 4 others that aren't on the website. So they're multiplying now.
Is it who wants the toast? There's not a market. I don't know what to tell you, Frito-Lay. There's not a market. Focus on it. And you guys, I was at the grocery store this week and I was thinking about what I said to you. And it goes for pop, it goes for chips. You know what else it goes for? M&Ms. M&Ms are out of control with the varieties.
I would agree.
And then they do regular ones, and then every season they've got the different colored one for the seasons.
Neapolitan ones, those are
Neapolitan, marshmallow, pretzel, caramel, almond. I mean,
pretzel ones are good.
Wasn't there like a brownie one where there's like brownie filling in the middle of it?
What?
Yeah.
It's so tiny.
I know.
She said.
And here's what I was getting to. Here was the problem with the Doritos. The problem with the Doritos is they've run out of colors to label these things. And that's happening with the M&Ms. Here's my rule. Your brand can only make as many varieties as there are colors available to label them. And I'm not talking about just gradients. And again, with the paint swatch issue, I want Roy G. Biv, ROYGBIV, 7. You can have 7 varieties. And you probably shouldn't have that many, but 7, and you're done. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And indigo isn't I don't even know what indigo is. So 6 varieties.
Yeah, what is
also
indigo?
It's purple. No one says violet. That's dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
what is indigo?
Red, orange, yellow, green. Let's just
indigo
do
is like a
right?
isn't it like a magenta?
No, it's a low-cost Indian airline headquartered in Why
Nobody ever says anything is indigo.
Yeah, it's also purple. So
Nice indigo shirt you're wearing.
So there's purple and there's purple?
Indigo is a deep and rich color close to the color wheel blue, as well as to some variants of ultramarine based on the ancient dye of the same name.
Wait, so what color is it?
It's basically purple.
It looks like
What?
it's
Hold on.
between purple and blue.
It's light purple.
Give me a team who uses that color on their uniforms.
Ooh,
What about the Miami Heat alternate uniforms right now? Are those like an indigo, you
No
think?
one knows what those look
That's
like.
like teal.
You haven't seen those? The really cool Miami, they're the Miami Vice uniforms. Everyone
many alternates.
They play.
Too
Shut
many.
up, olds.
No. Josh, no one watches regular season NBA.
Yeah, no kidding, Josh.
Tweet out the pictures. You think I'm watching Miami Heat basketball on a random February night? No, I see the tweets though because the uniforms are cool.
I haven't seen these. I don't
people
know.
Like
need to
maroon?
decide what
Is it like-
indigo is.
Is it like
Sure.
Texas A&M?
There are things that
No,
no,
Texas A&M's
that's
maroon.
There are some of these like splotches are anywhere between like Barney purple and like Kansas City royal blue.
Okay, what about
And
like
they're all labeled indigo.
hold on, Colorado Avalanche? Maybe? No, that's maroon.
Maybe that's more navy. I don't know. Colors are dumb.
I must be.
I'm
I must
out on
always
colors.
Go wrong because I keep getting sent to
Probably
these.
INDIGO.
No, I am spelling it right.
But I also put color next to it, so
Oh.
so that I was, that's how Google works.
Jack, why not Hoiberg says the number of Oreo flavors is ridiculous. I can only find plain regular ones in the family size. There were like 20 different flavors.
I know this isn't good for radio. Give me 20 seconds.
Okay, perfect.
19.
By the way, I wish you would have bought those Doritos
18.
because I would like to compare whatever cheese version that was to the regular nacho cheese version that I have more often.
Well, I mean,
For those who are watching, not watching, I am now
Lady
holding up
Gaga.
Lady Gaga branded Oreos. That my daughter
Is that like
wanted.
red, white? Is that like white and green and red?
Yes.
and indigo.
This is what these.
They're pink
What is
and
this?
green.
Why are we
Ew.
doing this?
Are they any
Ew.
good?
I don't know.
Try one.
Try
live
one.
on the
No,
air.
I'm gonna
Try it,
keto.
live on here. Taste
I'm
that.
back. I'm back on the healthy lifestyle. No Lady
You can
Gaga
try
Oreos.
one. We're
No.
not going to try them.
You can. I'll bring some to you guys.
No, I don't want
Sounds
them.
great.
Do
They
it.
don't look good.
Jack, did you buy those Doritos, the ones that you saw this weekend?
No,
You should have.
nobody wants them. Nobody in my house wants them. Nobody in America wants them.
I would love to try one.
I'm almost wondering if they're doing this knowing that Jack, who does all the grocery shopping, I wonder if they're just rolling these out and having them there when he's there.
Hold
And
on.
Once he's gone, they disappear.
We need to get every kind of Dorito that is made that we've talked about a lot and for you guys, and see if you each can identify every single one. If we give you a list.
Tremendous idea.
Do any of us get paid enough to buy all of these Doritos?
That's a good question.
You can get the
too many.
You can get the like lunch bag one. We don't have to get the giant bag of them.
I want to see.
Yeah, but
if
do they
you
serve
can
them
name
all?
every one, I'll be impressed.
Maybe not all, but they serve a lot of them because I've seen like the Buffalo something Blazing Ranch one in the small one. If they have that one in the small bag, they probably have a good amount.
All right, well, now here's the problem. If I go out and buy all these, are they going to get eaten?
I'll take them home. I like most of them.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't tried. I think the only weird ones are the sweet chili and then the buffalo wing ones.
Stibbs, you like all of them because they're all basically the same.
Well, that's not true. Cool Ranch goat, and nothing tastes like Cool Ranch.
This smells like feet. This smells like feet. This smells like dirty sweat socks. This smells like feet.
We're a step away from that actually being a thing. That's the road we're going.
Feet Doritos.
Feet Doritos.
By the way, Jack, I tweeted out about your meth take. If Nebraska beats Iowa, Michael Brunt's friend of the program, he says tired, 60-degree guarantee walk of shame. Wire, Jack Mitchell, Iowa game meth guarantee. I like it. I like it.
I'll tell you what, I'll try it for the first time. We'll see.
Sounds like a perfect promotion for KLIN.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing promotion.
Do it on the steps of the Capitol.
No, I would stay away from that. That's kind of a touchy subject right now.
Tyler wants your take on Girl Scout cookies.
Too many. They used to just have
There's only like 7.
So
they keep expanding them.
Are the only cookies that can exist. Just chocolate chip cookies. No,
this
every other cookie.
Opinion.
Okay, here's my opinion on Girl Scout cookies.
Tastes like mint. Throw it in the trash.
There it is. People need to calm down on mint. Mint can be one thing, and that's a breath freshener. That's it. It's not a flavor.
I agree with this take.
There's nothing wrong with mint.
Mint is a toiletry, not a food.
Oh, come on.
Junior mints have been around for 100 years.
That's great. If I need to have a breath mint or brush my teeth, that's good.
You're about the only person I know that doesn't like Thin Mints.
I don't like Junior Mints either, but Thin Mints are great.
There's no mint.
Chocolate chip ice cream every once in a while, money.
My daughter gets mint chip ice cream, and I shame her for it.
That's rude.
I like mint chocolate chip. I mean, I don't eat it all the time, but it's good.
I'm stealing her Lady Gaga cookies now for it.
You can shame her for those, but not the mint ice cream.
You know what's frustrating is I'm trying to get the exact number of different Girl Scout cookies, and you go to the Girl Scouts website, and they don't have a page that just says, "Here's the cookies we have." It's all of these. You know, here's how you sell Girl Scout cookies, and here's some FAQs about cookies. I just want to know what kind of cookies you have.
The chocolate covered peanut butter ones were the best, but they came in a container. There's only like 8 of them in a container. There's so few, but those were always my favorite.
There's a new one called Toast Yay. Available in select areas. Each delightful toast-shaped cookie is full of French toast flavor and flair and stamped with the trusted Girl Scout signature trefoil on top. Is that what that's called?
Trifoil, yeah.
It's TRE, though.
Oh, all right, whatever.
Thin Mints, lemonades, trash. Lemon Ups, trash. Why do you need lemonades and Lemon Ups?
Exactly. Is there that big? I think the lemon market can be served with one cookie.
Caramel Delights are amazing. Don't get rid of those.
They're pretty good.
Peanut butter sandwich, different than peanut butter patties.
Oh, okay. I'm confused.
The peanut butter sandwich are like the Nutter Butters.
That is like the cookie on it. The patties are the chocolate covered ones.
Right.
Those are my favorite.
I didn't know they had caramel chocolate chip.
I didn't either.
Shortbreads can go.
I like the shortbreads.
All the way to hell.
They're all right.
Toffee-tastic.
Oh god.
And then there's 2 different.
What is toffee? I don't even know what that
garbage. Is. That's what it is.
It's caramel-esque.
Yeah.
I think Girl Scout cookies suck.
You've never had a Heath bar?
Does anyone? The only time I've ever had a Heath bar is when my mom got it in like a blizzard at Dairy Queen, and I remember eating it. I was like, "Do people eat this as a regular candy bar? Because it is garbage."
It's pretty good. I like it. My mom was a Heath person too.
I like Heath bars.
And growing up, I didn't. And then one day I had it, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good."
It's basically hard, crunchy caramel.
Josh, I don't know how you can blatantly say that like 14 different types of cookies are all bad.
I just don't like how they're. When I think of a cookie, I want something soft and warm, not whatever.
Yes. Why were we in the industry, in the candy industry, that for a while it was like as hard as you can make your candy, the better.
I'm gonna get what you guys are gonna make.
It's not like you're cracking your dentures on Girl Scout cookies.
Hey, what if we make these little rolls and they're kind of like chocolate, but worse, and also make them as hard as possible?
I have a hot take.
Where are you getting your Girl Scout?
You guys
cookies
are gonna
from?
hate. Yeah, you must be eating like 3-year-old Girl
No,
Scout.
those are Tootsie Rolls. I was a reference to Tootsie Rolls. The most.
Oh, yeah, those are bad.
Okay, now there's something we can agree.
I
with.
like my cookies cold.
You like to eat what?
I like my cookies like cold, like out of the fridge or the freezer.
That brings up another story, and I know we probably don't have time, but
Do
one
whatever
of, the
we
weird,
want.
one of the weird things I almost got in trouble with my in-laws is my mother-in-law makes amazing chocolate chip cookies, homemade chocolate chip cookies. They're awesome, but they would always put them in the freezer, and the whole family, they just go in the freezer and get them out of a big Ziploc bag. And I was like, do you guys realize you're taking away one of the major qualities of why these cookies are good? And they're just gnawing them on the side, breaking them off. I'm like, why are you ruining it? What? And then I would take them to prove my point in a passive aggressive way. I would do it at their house. I'd get a little plate and I'd put it in the microwave and I'd microwave them.
And they get mad at you for that? Like you were ruining them?
Yeah, they were like, well, that's weird. You like your cookies warm?
Well, yeah, most people do.
Listen,
especially chocolate chip cookies.
I like them warm too. Like when they're fresh out of the oven, delicious. But if I buy for the Jimmy John's cookies, they should be in the fridge always. They are delicious. I don't want them frozen so that I have to gnaw on them. But when they're cold, oh man, they're good.
I can just see Jack's in-laws. They're treating their cookies like beef jerky. Oh man,
Gnawing on them like hard candy.
Are you afraid they're going to get bad? I think they'll last. That'll be fine. It was just, yeah. But we got through it.
All right. Well, there he is. Another weird end of our interview. We always end up in a food coma of some kind by the end.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, who knows where we'll go. Next by this time next week, maybe Jack, I will entertain who you're rooting for.
If
but they gotta win 4 in a row.
All right. So they'll play Maryland twice and Purdue. That's it. Maryland and Purdue by that time. So let's make an agreement. 2-1 in those 3, and I get a who you're rooting for.
It's got to be 4 in a row. I got to have 4 wins in a row.
There's no 4 games. I can't. I mean,
no, they've already won. I don't know if you know this. They won yesterday, so there's 1. Then they win the 3 this week. That's 4 in a row.
They got to go 3 for 3.
Yeah,
4 for 4 actually.
Is this for the meth challenge or something else?
No. So the
challenge. Who are you rooting for?
Josh, the meth is just for Iowa. I'm not
just for Iowa. I just wanted to confirm.
Meth if they beat Maryland. What are you kidding?
He's making it sound like it's like the meth thing. They just have to win 1 game. We're talking about winning 4 games in a row, and he's like, "Nah, I would never do that."
By the way, now I've got an image. When you go to Carver Hawkeye and you go up to the concession stand, there are 2 choices: meth, frozen chocolate chip cookies. That's all there is.
Look, I'm going to be really bad. I watch a lot of Breaking Bad, but even if I had to take meth, I wouldn't even know, like, is this a pill? What am I doing here? I'm not a good drug. I'm not. All right, I'm here. What do I got to do? Can I take this with water? What's going on here?
You have cookies, not Girl Scout ones, though.
Should I be doing this on an empty stomach or?
No, here's a couple of frozen cookies. Eat those first. All right.
Now we have to go to break.
We'll see you next week. We got to go. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, Jack.
There he is, Jack Mitchell, our favorite neurotic Nebraska ball fan and Iowa meth taker, apparently. And hater of frozen chocolate chip cook. That is a weird. I get it if you want to save them. If you make like a huge batch and you want to save them, but when you get them back out, you thaw them and then you nuke them. So you make them nice and warm and gooey.
One night in New York, visiting my sister, the family went down to the bodega to get some like sweet treats for a movie or whatever we're watching. My mom got these like giant chocolate chip cookies for everybody. Like that were individually wrapped,
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, all right, let's get some paper towels. We'll throw them in the microwave." I grabbed mine and threw it in the freezer for 10 minutes. Get it nice and cold. And they were all just ridiculing me. And I was like, "You're all wrong. I don't care."
Strange.
I know. That's good, though.
All right, we'll be back in a minute. 1620 The Zone.
Your Omaha area 4